Wow, hello. Just grabbing some food. Alright. Hey, turn the music down. My goodness. My goodness, turn it down. Turn it down. There we go. No, I need something like in between because I'm gonna be in and out doing modding and stuff. What's good music for modding? Hey, the title is called Modding Menace, not Menace Modded today, because I'm probably doing more modding than playing, kind of like last time. Hi. My secret hope is that I can do enough to do Menace Kitchen tomorrow, so I have an excuse to play more Menace, but we'll see. I'm mainly just doing my balance modding stuff today. I'm hoping I just did some troubleshooting and some stuff, and I think I might be good to like do a whole bunch of work on my balance mod today, like not just like, I already had the stuff of like changing stats around existing pirates, but we've got some pretty cool stuff we can do today, so I might actually be able to do like a lot of stuff. Here, have some red alert too, huh? I'll get us into it. So, I'll start out too by saying that, hang on. I'm gonna have to put the, well not have to, but I should put the Menace mod kit on the screen too. What I'll start out by saying is that for those of you who wanted to be Menace modding, Mod Menace stuff going on, the mods are public now. So last time I streamed this, it feels like ages ago. I guess it was a week ago. Last time I was like, oh, you know, I can't really like give you the mods and stuff I have yet, stuff like that. That's no longer the case. The Menace modding Discord has gone public. The one I'm talking about is the one by Poss, who also made the Menace mod kit. If you type !menmods now, you will get a Discord link to that Discord to join it yourself. And you'll be able to go and find my threads in there. Ooh, what was that in my log? Just checking my log, you can't see one sec. Starting items failed. Strategy config current is no. I'll check that out again later. Anyway, like I was saying, you can go get your stuff. Some invaders' enhancements failed to apply. Interesting. So local streamer will never investigate the distress signal? Perhaps not. Anyway, my stuff's there. I'll link to you too if you want it, is the point. And also other people's stuff. And also you can get the mod kit yourself, make your own mods, which is really, really cool. That's the other big thing. Why did that fail to load? You can't see it right now, but something is failing to load on stream that was usually loading fine off stream. In my like little prompt on the side, I think I'm gonna like change a config I've got. We shall see. Yeah, it worked properly this time. Funny. Okay. Sometimes with these mods, you just gotta like load it again and it works. Let me get Menace on the screen now. I'm just gonna check that my shit's still working. This shit can be different with computers all the time. But what I've been testing is the new thing, which is getting new units in thanks to Poss's magic, and here we go, yes indeed, there they are. Oh yes.
All squads in the field. ASOC linked and orbit set. Your Oscar Mike.
Where are they at, buddy? There they are! Pirate Rabble, baby! We can do our own brand new shit. I gotta change their prefab so that it's only the bandit mask looking leather armor look on them. But yeah, this is what I kind of wanted to do today. And if I do it fast enough, I'd like to play some missions of it too. Obviously just for playtesting, but also just like to enjoy it. But yeah, I can make my own new units now, basically. I don't even have to like repurpose existing ones like I maybe was gonna try to do before. I can just like write brand new stuff now, which is pretty freaking cool. They've got, this is a test I've been doing before I started stream. They've got their own weapons as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I haven't taken the RPG off them yet. How goes the campaign? Good, but I'm just modding right now. But it was going good. Last time I played, I'd modded the bugs to be too hard, basically, and we lost, like, or just ran out of ammo, and they ran out of, like, we, like, lost 2 bug operations in a row. But apart from that, like, more fun anyway, and good. Philip says, started poking around with the kit earlier today. The tool seems way more advanced than I expected from a week-old game. Yeah, because POS is amazing. POS is amazing, amazing, amazing. And we've been working on it before the game, like EA come out too. So it's more like two weeks now at this point. But still, even for 2 weeks, like incredible. Probably the most power I've ever had to mod any game ever, I think. Just crazy. POS has done such an insane job. Sinless says, damn, modding is advancing fast for something where you can't just slap in some 2D vector art.
Watching us, man.
Yeah, I mean, I have so much power about having a code, and if you, like me, love to mod but can't code to save your life, Pulse's Menace mod kit is what you want to check out, because it just exposes so much stuff to be able to do, you know, everything. I haven't done a single line of code. I don't know how to fucking code. So what I want to do, because I've tested these guys before and it's working still, which is good, what I want to do is give them their new gear. Their new modded gear. Make sure that all works. If that all works, I mean, give them proper numbers and then, you know, make a few more early game pirate units as part of a pirate rebalance, and then hopefully for the back half of the stream, just get to play it. Kroger says that they made nice with the devs or not. Kind of in the middle. They tried their hardest, but everyone else just started dropping their own mods and mod discords and doing it like the old-fashioned DLL injection way. And POS and that of this Discord, we're trying to avoid that from the start. The whole point, or not the whole point, but a lot of the point of the mod kit that POS has made to him was that he wanted to make a safer way to do modding that wasn't just passing unverified DLL files around to each other that could be dangerous as fuck. And to also like have a more responsible, both towards the devs and other players, like way to mod that was also easier. And they tried, you know, they were trying to reach out, but I think it didn't really like, I don't think it was really like going anywhere there, because I think the devs are, you know, the devs and publishers are probably still like a bit leery about like I think if you came and asked them, they'd be like, oh, you know, release is pretty crazy right now. Can we just like wait for this till later? And I think, oh, noises. And I think the problem is trying to be good like that just meant that everybody else was just going to start modding in worse, less responsible ways. Anyway, it was inevitable, you know. So ultimately, I think they did something in the middle. Now it's out. Now it's public. And it's definitely the better way to go, I think. Big agreed from me. Big encouraged from me. Also, I love how on this map these guys have started like an almost perfect surrounded cover. Good for you, ringleaders. Anyway, yeah, I just want to get my shit in. So, let's see. I guess now, yeah, I can like bring up the mod kits. Just before I do, I'm just gonna like... Hang on. I'm gonna double check here. I don't think there's anything here that's gonna like be bad if I show it. There's no like, my credit card isn't in the mod kit, so I'm pretty sure I can show you this shit. So I'm just gonna like go ahead and bring that up basically. How do I do this? Window capture or game capture? Maybe you can do a game capture. I did this for Freelancer before, so I should be able to figure it out again. Just give me a sec. I'm gonna get it so you can actually see what I'm doing today. How close are you to Menace Kitchen being open for orders? If I'm really fast, maybe by tomorrow, but probably not. But that's my unrealistic hope. I really want to do my balance modding first before I do kitchen, because I think the vanilla game wouldn't be much fun to do kitchen with. Create new. Okay. Menace mod kit. Let's see if this works. Capture any full screen application, or maybe not any full screen application, please. Capture a specific window, please. Menace mod kits. Alright, is this going to show up? No, it is not showing up. I'll have to do a window capture, hang on. Jano says he just suppressed everything in Oblivion. Yeah, more or less. Rogue Army was less of a pushover, but... yeah, more or less... that's how I was feeling. I haven't fought the constructs yet either. I just didn't think it'd be very fun to do, as much fun to do kitchen with vanilla. I just thought it would be more like, I'd feel bad. You know, people would buy pirates and I would kill them, or people would buy vanilla bugs and I would just kill them, and it just didn't seem like it'd be very fun to watch, so... the game's a lot more fun with balance modding, so that's what I'm going to do first. I have fun ideas for kitchen, though. I want to do, like, base building in the kitchen this time around with this game. I think it's going to be fun. Rather than, like, it's going to be a blend of everything I've done before, like over Sigma Portals, where I think I'm going to let you guys, girls, MBs, like, build a spawner. Like, imagine, like, a Command and Conquer barracks, basically. Like, build a spawner, so it's like, oh, you want to buy Pirate Scavengers? You buy the Pirate Scavengers spawner tower. And it goes over here in this little, like, preset base area that's kind of like if you imagine the portals from our Sigma, but it's like it gives you like a base area to build around, like a construction yard for Command and Conquer. I'd be like, okay, you can come like build your scavenger spawner here then. You know, so I just put that down instead of a scavenger, and then every 10 turns it pops out another scavenger, right? And then I have the option, like the portals from Sigma, like maybe I want to go blow that up. Or maybe, you know, I don't, because maybe I let you build like turrets around it as well to discourage me and stuff like that. Anarian says, yeah, that's right, Jindo. Anarian says, I dislike how the AI reacts to a high vision concealment unit. Yeah, it seems like there is a AI weighting that is like, how much should I care about the threat of a hidden, like, invisible unit? And it's at like a quarter, but I haven't tested it, but I'm guessing that is what everyone's complaining about, because I think the way their game works, it's not like the AI just doesn't consider invisible units at all, but, you know, considers them at a much lower degree, at like a quarter of the scale of their weightings that they normally would for a unit that they know exists. And I think that's the issue then, is because when the AI doesn't have anything else to go off of, you know, when there's no other visible units to worry about, that quarter is still going to be the best game in town in weighting, and they're going to go like, oh, well, you know, don't go around that. Whereas if they're already in contact with another unit, they'll consider the threat of that unit much more. But I guess it doesn't really matter. This is just a guess, but this is my guess that it doesn't really matter if the only unit that's close to them that could threaten them is the invisible unit, then they'll just act like that unit is more or less visible for a lot of reasons. Which I can see why they did it that way, because otherwise they'd have to like actually teach the AI complicated things like, oh, you know, you can't see that unit, it's invisible, but you shouldn't act completely brain dead just because a unit went invisible that you know was there before. But in the end, it's having, you know, I think it's causing a lot of shit everyone's hating, if that's what's causing it. Is that they're just treating all those tiles, because the AI scores all of the tiles based on all these different contexts, like can an enemy unit see that tile that I want to move to? If so, that's more dangerous to move to. And so I think that's just what's going on, is that even though you're invisible, the game is still giving them that little bit of, like, information there. An easy way to test it would probably be to just go and turn that number down from 0.25 to 0 consideration of invisible enemies for threat. And then if that makes them stop acting like they have meta-knowledge, then you've solved one problem, but now you have the other problem of the units will now be really brain dead about concealed units, I guess. I don't know. It might be better than what we have currently. It's something we could try later, but I'm going to try not to get too distracted of it right now. Okay, application capture. What do I need here? Maybe window capture. Menace mod kits. Hang on, before I do this, I gotta make sure that there's nothing sussy on my tabs, because the really fun thing about OBS, the really fun thing about OBS, super fun, is that when you try to put a new window capture on midstream, of course, the really fun thing that happens is it'll just grab a random one of your windows. So if you just have like a random browser open, and it has like all of your personal details or your pornography on it, and you just go window capture, OBS will very helpfully automatically be like, oh, making a new window capture, I see. Oh, let's just grab this one. Oh, cool, and show it to everyone. So I have to make sure, I think, that there's nothing sussy on any of my tabs before I do this. It's really annoying, but it is how it is. Kamala says, I think a lot of people get spotted on diagonal as single tab moves. The AI ends up with more knowledge than they're expecting. Don't know fully what you mean, but yeah, maybe. Kamala says, enemy units blunder into my concealed units all the time, including when they have no other knowledge. I think a lot of people get spotted on diagonal as single tab moves. The AI ends up with more knowledge than they're expecting. Yeah, quite possibly too. Yeah, like, it could be that too. And I know that the way they're calculating the threat on tiles from enemies is also why they do the thing that people dislike and complain about, where it's like, oh, you know, I've got my RPG unit here, and they just perfectly go around the edge of my RPG range. And yeah, like, it feels gamey, and it feels like maybe too consistently smart sometimes, because it is not nuanced. But yeah, that's just the AI being like, okay, they have a rocket launcher in that tower, I'm gonna go around that tower. And maybe they're getting, like, a bit of meta-knowledge, I'm not sure about not having spotted you yet to know. I think they know because you're in the watchtower, so you're more visible, but yeah, like, that's what's gonna be causing the same thing there. Where they're like, oh, you know, I mean, it's the same thing a player would do if the player was smart, where it's like, oh, there's a fucking rocket launcher unit in that tower, I will not drive my vehicle near it. Which is pissing people off. Camel says, because the AI works like they can single tile scout like you do. Yeah, perhaps. That's what I'm thinking, Auntie, yeah, but we'll see. Anyway, Menace mod kits. What's this gonna pull up? Oh, it actually pulled up the Menace mod kit, great. Is it gonna work though? Also, nope, that is not a successful window capture, as we can see. I really hope I don't have to display capture this, because it's annoying when you have to do that. But I might have to. It's always... Oh, hey! Ooh, we got it! Nice! Okay, boom. Welcome to the Menace mod kits for the first time. Here it is. Bazumba. Okay, let's put this underneath my other shit. Oh, plus this message video, just got a message cross too. Resonance is exciting. I'm planning on working to the 40k modders, so I should learn this thing. Yeah, it's not too hard to learn. It's pretty, what you see is what you get editor, which is cool. Tolerance says that AI doesn't blindly walk into range of my rocket launcher that they can see as a wild complaint I have about that AI. It says a lot about how we're used to AI behaving in games. Yeah, I can't remember if maybe the problem is that they didn't actually spot me. Like, I remember the behavior from my own defense missions of putting bazookas in watchtowers. The problem may be that they don't actually spot you in the tower first, but it may also be that I think they're spotting you from range because the tower makes you more visible from range. Either way, it's smart behavior. Yeah, that I do like to see. I do like to see it, I agree. Okay, there we go. Aerostar says, smart AI does not equal fun AI. Not necessarily, yes, but I definitely prefer that the AI considers such problems more than them being blind to them. I've played plenty of games where the AI would just be blind to that, and I definitely prefer that they have the nuance to think about that here. Andrew says, on a challenging campaign, having a motion tracker, I could see the rogue army pulling around my vision fields have a change. Yeah. I think it's stuff we can probably fuck with right now, but I'm not gonna try to get sidetracked. So, what are we gonna do? That's right. So I want to yell at me if my credit card shows up or something, but this should be fine. Also, where's my game capture? What I want to do is I want to add my new cloned gear, get my cloned gear started up, right, just test. I'm going to launch the game a lot while I'm still testing this is all working, because I've had some troubleshooting. Then we'll go from there. Yeah, it's definitely ideal stuff, Molly, I agree. So where is my testers? My testers are my pirate rabble that I've made. Where are they at? ME pirate rabble. Okay, so what we want is, right now they have... Oh, they should be showing up only as the unit MP. Oh, because they've still got the armor. Okay, so we're going to fix that. So, anyway, items. They currently don't have any of the new gear I've made for them that they're meant to have, so we'll give them that next. Okay, so what new gear have I made already? I've made Undercover Misfits and Bandito armor. I think I've cloned the rifle. Gorg says, that's a thing, AI isn't smart, relies on cheating the scene that way. Always, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Just enforcing them to play by certain rules is all that's really needed, usually. Enemy MU Pirate Rebel, especially in a tactics game. It's hard to ride the line. Okay, so we got Weapon MU Pirate Carbine, so this is going in. I've got a Discord on my side where I'm going to put all my class names that I'm going to call from today. What else have we got? Pirate Carbine. Like, probably one thing that would help a lot of what people are complaining about is to just have the exact same capability on AI, but one, just 100% ensure that the enemy has to have seen a visible version of your unit first to have that meta knowledge. So it's not meta knowledge, but it's real knowledge. And two, just put in some, like, randomness. Just put in some, like, random incompetency to them, so that even though they know, like, every 1 out of 3 or 2 out of 3 pirate trucks drives within range anyway, just because, like, fuck it, like Daredevil, or just stupid. Just kind of, like, pretending that the AI is dumber than it needs to be helps players feel good a lot. So I don't think I've made the other stuff I need to make. So I need to make a clone of the stuff I want to give them, and I think all I'm going to give them is... I've actually got a balance spreadsheet I'm not going to show you either. I'm going to refer to it now because I think I'm just going to give them a Panzerfaust as like a shittier version of an RPG. What I'm doing here is I'm making a... if you played Legends, you know, Bandit Rabble. I'm making a -1 version of Pirate Scavengers for early game. A really shittier Scavengers compared to my modded ones. And yeah, on my balance sheet here, I've just got Pirate Carbines, which is a new thing we're giving them, and then Panzerfausts. So we're going to do that. And it says, I just want a fair AI that doesn't come into the fall with it 3 more squad after my actions run out because they each play 1 squad mechanic. Well, you know. You get what you get, I guess, a bit, but I'm sure it can be modded to be the way you want as well if you want to get into it. Yeah, they do that to Evil Guy. And again, it's because they're avoiding threatened tiles. Definitely something that could use better work, but it's EA. I think their AI is pretty competent for an early access release. But I do hope that they make it as good as their Battle Brothers AI in time. But I'm pretty patient there. I don't think this is the final AI for them at all. Camelot says, my sincere belief is the AI can't see your concealed units. Maybe it's bugged in some areas, but I can't think of a time I've been lost scared of that, at least position being known. Maybe. Maybe, yeah. It was just a field exit. I haven't even tested it, so I couldn't confirm. Okay, so let's make us some Panther Fausts. First thing I'll do before I forget, actually, is I'll give them the Pirate Carbines. So we go to the Pirate Rabble template that I cloned out of the Pirate Scavengers. So these guys are just scavs, but they're like cloned. It's a really cool thing. Plus got in this kit to make new stuff. I'm going to take away their Pirate Scavenger armor and their Weapon of Pirate Assault Rifle. Whoop. I'm going to replace it with the Weapon MU Pirate Carbine, Menace Unleashed. I'm going to try to put before everything I do today. Weapon MU Pirate Carbine. I'm going to take away their Scrap Bomb. And I'm going to take away their RPG. I'm also going to take away the loot for that stuff. So I'm going to change it. So what I'll do is I'm going to give them my Bandito armor that I've made as what they're actually going to have. Well, they're not actually going to be wearing it, but I'm going to just give them the same stats to pretend they are, because it makes the cosmetics show up the way I want. But then what I'm actually going to do is make it as loot for them, because I want it to drop for the player as if they are wearing it. And it also shows up on their tooltip. It'll say like, oh, they've got this, which lets you know that, you know, that's what they've got. So we go down to here and we go into their existing place where they've got the Pirate Scavenger armor. We just replace it with my new Bandito armor. Save that. Pirate Assault Rifle. So again, we're just gonna... I can't get it to autocomplete like that. I'll just take it from my list on the side I've got here. And we're gonna replace their Pirate Assault Rifle with Pirate Carbine. We haven't made the Pirate Carbine meaningfully worse yet, so don't worry about that yet. We're going to take away the Scrap Bomb, and then we're going to come back and replace this later. Just take it away for now. Because what I've noticed is if I change everything at once, because we're still early days of the mod kit, there can be a lot of unexpected bugs. If I just change everything at once, it can be really bad. Because, you know, you change 50 things, and then the fucking mod pack crashes, and now it's like, good fucking luck figuring out why. So I'm just going to do like a little bit at a time, and then load the game. What I have to remember to do each time, though, and I'm telling you this both because hopefully it's interesting to you, two, hopefully it's good tutorial for you if you end up wanting to use this mod kit for yourself, but also, you can help keep me honest. Yeah, if you don't see me not do it, you'll be like, Beagle, you didn't do that thing, that's why it's not working. Is I'm going to undeploy and redeploy the mod each time to make sure that the changes are actually going in. So now I'm just going to jump in real quick and try to see if that's working. Move this over here. Try exclamation mark menmods pill, that'll get you there. Alright, we load. We can check here on the strategy layer because I got intel on this test campaign. We got Pirate Rebels right there. Armor looks right. I'm going to jump in and see if it works in game.
0311 has landed and continuing on foot.
I should make a version of these guys I can spawn would be the best way to test this. Like, is there like a allied transport or something I can steal? Not so much. Okay. Go backwards. I can't, I have to scroll right now. I can't like dev console spawn things just yet. Oh, I don't know why I'm doing it this way either. I just realized this is no point. But anyway, just spawn a unit here so I can have a look. And we can see, okay, Pirate Rabble. Text and description is working down the bottom right. A gang of poorly equipped outlaws with more ambition than sense. Equipment, Bandito, Pirate Levers, Rusty Carbines. That's correct. There's more spaces there than I would expect around the quotes. I think maybe I shouldn't use quotes. I think that's like causing problems in the description there. So I might get rid of the quotes. But otherwise, it's working right. We can see that their cosmetic is now correct. They're all wearing that specific like kind of Shama look with the leather armor, which I wanted for these guys to separate them from the pirate scavengers. And equipment says Bandito, Pirate Levers, and Rusty Carbines. They've all got the carbines. They don't have an RPG. If I look at their range, it should be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, because I've given them the pirate carbines that have worse range. So it all looks correct, and it's all loading. It's not breaking, which is great. And if I pass turn, where did I spawn, guys? If I pass turn and just see if anything breaks and try to shoot anything that shouldn't, the chain guns will count. Rip you. Oh, I got combat too. I forgot I gave these new shotgun outcasts they made my test carbine as well to make sure it's working correctly. I forgot. So we can see that's working there too. And then they update back. But it's working, so. How goes the Menace Boggle? Good, we're just doing some modding today. It's working is the point, so I undeploy this and we do more. So I want to give them Panzerfaust next. So we're going to make the Panzerfaust first. So what we're going to do is we search for the disposable AT launcher that already exists. So this is the Werfger AT launcher, the law tube you can get basically. I'm going to clone it. I'm going to give it its new name, which is going to be Menace Unleashed _ disposable Panzerfaust. I want to give them a shitty version of this. So I'm going to just, I like to just like save like this to just keep it nice and easy. To keep it nice and consistent. Philip says, is there any reference for what the properties you can change mean? Most of them are self-explanatory, but can't figure out some of these. So, POS has included, like, a absolute shitload of documentation. I don't know if he's got what you just asked for, though. It's possible. But there is a shitload of documentation here. There is a fucking ton. So if you can't find it in there, the best I think you could probably do is ask me, is all I could really tell you right now. Because some of the fields don't work yet, some of the fields bug and don't work right. It is kind of just intuiting it for yourself right now in general. Or asking someone else. Like, for instance, deploy cost is here, which is great. Because that obviously sets how much it would be to take something into a battle. But this isn't being read correctly yet. I think in the next version of this, POS is probably going to try and fix this so that it does. But not yet. Doesn't work yet. Okay, boom, boom. What was I doing? Yeah, Panzerfaust. No, this is a disposable rocket launcher, so don't be on this one, that's not what we want. That's the original item, we don't want to touch that. We want to go to disposable Panzerfaust, which is a new one. And before I like bother changing its stats, I just want to get it on the gamers. So I also want to clone the actual skills. So in Menace, weapons and accessories exist, but they don't actually do anything on their own. Generally, it's more they then grant a skill. So like an assault rifle will grant, powered assault rifle will grant the skill active dot fire powered assault rifle. So we need to clone that as well. So we go back to disposable, launch disposable rockets, and we're going to clone this too. And this is going to be active.mu launch disposable Panzerfaust. I know that disposable Panzerfaust is kind of like redundant, but hey, I'm just being consistent with how I name stuff. I don't want that to be changed. Let's just try and make sure that isn't. I can always do this in the JSONs myself later. Okay, so where did that go? I don't need to do it this way, but I'm lazy. It isn't in the changelogs yet, because I haven't changed anything about them. So we go Panzerfaust. We make sure you've got the new skill. I should also write this down in my list of new class names. Would be smart. Grab both of these. So we go back to the disposable, and we are going to replace active launch disposable rocket with... There it is, it's showing up. Active MU launch disposable Panzerfaust. Terrific! I will change this shit now. Sec. We will call it... old AT launcher. Antique. I like the pun if I go antique anti-tank, sounds similar. Antique anti-tank launcher. Okay, we don't change display title, that happens automatically, we don't touch that. We change the description. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and... grab something, one sec. Can you find any docs at a glance? They're right here in the thing itself, so if you can't find these, let me know. Oh, I see what you're saying, Philip. You couldn't find docs on what you were asking. Yeah. Poke around, see what breaks. Stuff will break. If you are in trouble, just ask me, and I can, because I've got like a week or two ahead of you on getting used to this program. So I can help you out, of course. Of course. Do let me know. Especially with all the stuff you've made for me in the past, Philip. If I can help you get acclimatized to this, it would be the least I could do. I don't know what a pirate's called tank first. I think I'm going to make these less verbose. But for now, I've got some pre-written stuff I had when I was doing this before. So I'm just going to chuck that in. Short name, old disposable AT. You can call it that. It's not very short, but it's going to be short enough for me. Right, and that should be good for now. Just put the trade value down as well, so that like no one's thinking this thing is worth a lot. Let's put it on 10 trade value, because that field is working right now. So when you get this, you'll be able to sell it for not 25, but only 10. Before I go too much further, I just want to like get this actually onto my people now. So I'm going to go to my rabble. We scroll back down to where those items are at. Here they be. Add that. Add item loot entry pack. Item disposable Panzerfaust, count 1. Save it. Before I go any further, let's just make sure that this is loading and I haven't fucked everything up. Because then we know I fucked up something with the Panzerfaust and, you know, to not. Sure am, Schwag, it's great. It's good shit. Make it 100 for antique value. Lore-wise, yes. Game balance-wise, no. I'm just gonna lore fluff out, like, I think I wrote in the description already, it's like, a pirate found a single shipment of like 1 billion Panzerfausts, and they're just dirt cheap now. Alright, let's see. I should have put it on the test outcast too, so I can test it myself, but we'll do that in a second as long as this works. Check everything's working still, hop in, and we just go over.
All squads in the field. ASOC linked and orbit set. Rear Oscar Mike.
Maybe I should spawn a vehicle, actually. And then we can see if they'll use the Panzerfaust against me. As you can see down at the bottom right, yep, they've got anti-tank launcher now. It won't show up as a weapon because it's an accessory, it's a disposable. They should only have one of them. I haven't made it worse yet, so it's just literally statted like a Werfger right now, but if I do this, maybe they'll prioritize shooting me. Oh, they're gonna shoot the suits first. Rip. Mean.
Trinket!
Trinkets.
Orders!
They would much rather kill all of the people, I think.
Let's do this.
Blow them apart!
There you go, see? Just like that. Good for them. Oh, another one? Yeah. Cool. Working. Perfect. We love to see it. So now we undeploy, we keep going. What I will do is I will add it to my test outcast, which I'm using to kind of like debug stuff right now, because I can't easily spawn the rebel myself under player control. So I'm just using the new shotgun outcast that the devs added as like a test case. So we'll come to here and we'll add it to them too. Boop. For testing. Now you need to learn how to modify its projectile effect so it flies in a big dumb slow arc. Yeah! I think it's possible actually, for real. Oh, also, rather than doing it this way, I should just put them in the truck. I just realized. Like what I should do, don't do this. We're gonna grab, I'm way smarter. We're gonna grab the rabble. Grab their class name too, so I start having to look for them like this. MEMU Pirate Rabble. Just put them in my class names list. I'll show you that thing in a second, Camelot. Hang on. I think we can literally do what you just said. But I'm not going to worry about it too much today, but the fields are there. Okay, so that's good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Shotgun Outcast on Light Truck that I just added. This is an easy way, because I can spawn this truck and it can contain something else, which is easy for me. Oh, I could probably do this even easier, but anyway, I'm going to do it this way right now. Well, think about it, Beagle. Could you make like an infantry be a container? Yes, you could. Don't worry about it for right now, fuck it. We just go to who's contained inside this truck. Where is the field I'm looking for? I think it's way down. I don't remember where it is. It must be way down. We're looking for like a contains field. Oh, also, I want to give the pirate vehicles run over. I want to test that. Maybe I'll test that today if we get time. They don't even have the ability to run you over. It's fucked up. It's unfair. They should get to do it. They should get to do it. Hopefully they have AI for it. Here we go. Contain entity on spawn. Okay, so we change that to enemy MU pirate rabble and we see how we go. Airless says, I hope the entire this game is a Steam Workshop. Yeah, they've said that they want to, so hopefully indeed. BB seems like... Okay, then you read a lot of stuff. So BB seems like a game mod-friendly. I'm gonna get mods in it. Yeah, BB wasn't very mod-friendly at all. This game is already more mod-friendly just by virtue of what I'm doing right now. Way more mod-friendly. I couldn't mod Battle Brothers. I could mod this because of what Poss has given me. But yeah, Steam Workshop, they do want to do. They've confirmed. It's a thing they're working on. Just don't know when, because early access and all. Okay, so now, if I spawn those outcasts on truck...
No matter what happens,
also,
it's all an experience.
Yeah, maybe I can just, like, use these guys for it. I just realized. Like, just take the Allied Local Forces, BZ, and just make them contain the unit you want to pop out of them. Like a baby. And that'll save me all this clicking each time. Easy. Or I can make the modular mech do it too. Okay, so I'm looking for outcasts on, like, truck.
Eyes on.
Okay. Oh, fuck, that's enemy. Whoops.
We've
No,
got movement.
Silence rebel. Sorry, I meant to do it on player. There we go. Hop them out. And there we go, there's our babies. We can see, this is way easier now, because now we can see the item, leftist meme description. I gotta make that list for bows. I don't have to, but I should. Especially with rifles, where in-game you might actually need to, in mission, look at this. Compared to just the shoot thing that can be shorter. Like, God forbid if I put this much text into a... I'm realizing now, into like a weapon you want to look at in-game. It's just like, oh, that tooltip's so huge, people, like, come on. But there isn't really like a longer tooltip you can put into the strategy layers. You kind of just gotta like settle for less, I think, for now. But anyway, that's all working. We see our rebel here. We see their stats are correct. This is a way better way to test. I should have been doing this already. Nah, you're all good, Airless. You're all good. I didn't mean to say it was bad that you wrote all this stuff. They got shitty accuracy, shitty discipline. They're all good. Okay, great. So, that's good. We like that. What's next? I guess balance them. Like, I think this... I'm too used to testing, but I'm pretty sure this is just the equipment I want them to have. So, the armor is already correct. I'll just balance the Carbine and the Panzerfaust and make sure its descriptions are correct. And that unit will be done. I haven't added them to army lists yet. That'll be everything. We gotta add an army list so they actually show up. But I'll probably make a few more units before I do that. I don't want to get sidetracked yet. I'm just gonna finish this first. So, first thing is the Carbine. Did I write down what I'd written for it before stats-wise? Otherwise, I'll just have to rebalance it right now. Yeah, I think I have to rebalance them right now. Okay, so let's balance these guns. So go to the Pirate Carbine. That's the first thing I want to rebalance. Where is the Pirate Carbine? Weapon MU Pirate Carbine, here it is. Okay. So I already lowered its max range from 8 to 7. Ideal range staying at 3 seems fine. Just wanted to be like a kind of like a bit shittier pirate rifle. Accuracy bonus. Pirate rifles I've already got at -10, so definitely this one -10 as well. Accuracy drop off can stay the way it is, I think. Damage can stay the way it is. It's basically meant to be like a carbine but shit in the same way that their assault rifles are assault rifles but shit. But I'm still letting them keep the high rate of fire that I gave the pirate assault rifle, so they can have lots of suppression, just not very effective hits. I think the big thing I'll do then, I'll leave the damage the same, but we'll take the penetration down to like SMG levels, 15. I don't know, I'm just imagining this gun like, it's a collection of like all the worst unloved fucking calibers of gun that everyone would scoff at taking to a modern battlefield. I don't know what kind of like carbines I'm talking about. I don't know, they got calicos or something? I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know what forgotten calibers, you know, 45 ACP caliber assault rifle carbine, I don't know. The annoyance is it viable to give them the jamming mechanic that chain guns get? Maybe. I tried it once, like a week ago, and didn't get it to work, but I haven't tried it again. I think because it might be behind needing to code a little bit because of event handlers. I don't know how to do event handlers, or I might just be able to slap the event handler on it and have it work. I'm not certain. .30 carbine, yeah, maybe. Damage drop off can stay the same. There's more fine tuning I can do here, but I just want to like get the decent shit going first. Armor pen drop off, armor penetration, damage to armor durability, and mults. This is all fine. Keeping damage to armor durability still high is important because these guys aren't going to have a lot of AT, and I want them to still be able to threaten my technicals and MRAPs in early game, even after they've missed their, you know, 1 or 2 Panzerfaust I give them. So I might not give them more than 1. They're firing some scuffed-ass Wildcat cartridge. Yeah, that kind of thing, exactly. Or they're firing like T-45M Tracer or whatever from Tarkov. Like, they're firing all the shitty sporting cartridges, is how I imagine them. They're not super military. I'll probably bring the suppression down as well to make them... Again, they're meant to be an earlier game enemy, so that'll make them that little bit easier to fight. Because with my buffs to pirates already, this is relative to, with them firing so many shots per turn, they'll still lock you down like crazy if I don't bring the suppression down. 4 more rifles is Blinky. Fucking what? What does that even mean? Trade value is 5. Active enemy fire part carbine is good. Okay, so that should be good on the gun itself, but then we also have to go to the skill to actually shoot it. Fire part carbine. Again, if any of this looks interesting, y'all can do it. Exclamation mark menmods. Go to the Menace Modding Discord, linked in that one, and the Menace mod kit is there. You can get this, what I've got right now. There is bugs of it. It is a work in progress, the mod kit. There is bugs. Don't expect everything to work perfectly right now. But, you know, you get used to it, you can just do crazy shit. We'll leave the action points and uses the same. Phil says, can confirm, I'm an idiot. Did get it to work. There you go. Yeah, Poss has done a lot of work to try and make it like that, you know, you don't have to be like a tech god to get it set up and work with it. Because I've been his test case, so I was his first test case, and I'm not a tech god. I can't code. Okay, all this. So we've got min range, ideal range, max range. This is just if we want to override the range of the default range of the gun. So, for instance, if you want to have a secondary fire mode, like in the vanilla game, that has different accuracy and ranges, here you go. Minute element delay. Also, speaking of which, I don't want to get sidetracked today because I won't get anything done, but I did notice something finally where, you know how everyone, and even me, complained at first, like, oh, the full auto on the guns only costs 1 ammo, but then the single shot for 40 AP also costs 1 ammo, so make it make sense, devs. And at first I was like, okay, but you know, that's fine, even though it doesn't make sense realistically, it's fine because game balance-wise it makes a lot of sense. Anyway, turns out I was totally wrong even on that front. Because I actually read the tooltips and paid attention to what's happening more. And the secondary mode that costs 80 AP is not full auto, it's sustained fire. It actually is firing slower if you pay attention. What like I finally did is they are shooting semi-auto but for much longer for 80 AP. Whereas otherwise it's full auto, it's like a full auto burst that they fire off for 40 AP. So actually, it makes perfect sense the way they balance the ammo of the rifle modes, and we're all fools if we hadn't realized that yet, like I have. Yeah, Jane Doe. What is that, Blanky? 4-bore. A black powder caliber of the 19th century. Oh my god. Well, I mean, let's just add it in. Jesus, that is thick! Okay, I looked at the picture of... Okay. Okay, shit. Damn! Alright, well, we should get that in. What about the crowbar rapid fire? I don't know. I mean, that's, you know, that's the opposite other way around, I guess. The rapid fires. Don't ask too many questions. Look, it already worked in my head mechanics-wise, but it's probably just more like they're, again, full autoing for less, whereas the crowbar otherwise is sustained for more. I don't fucking know. Look, silence. You put that in your menace? Yeah. That's great, Blinky. So we're not touching that. We don't need to touch that because we're not overriding ranges with this mode. Minute element delay, if we want to change what it looks like, which I feel like I do. I haven't really played this much yet, but I want to give it a crack. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to 5 repetitions like was already happening. I'm going to bring the repetition delay down a bit, because I want to see if I can get these to fire distinctly from how the powered assault rifle is, so you can recognize the difference between them, even though I haven't put in new sounds yet or anything. So I'm going to try to get it to like fire in bursts, I guess. Like, maybe that'll do it. Just, like, fire a little bit faster. I want a delay between each of the pirates in the squad shooting their specific guns, rather than them all just being one big blob of, like, dong dong dong. Maybe it's more like, you know, one of them bursts and another than another, if that makes sense. I'll just give it a try. It may look like shit, and I'll just revert it. But I'll just give it a quick try here and see if it's pleasing. This should be the delay between each of them shooting, I think? Element of... Min delay, max delay, and delay between. What do you think delay between means when there's a min and a max? I don't know, just try it like this and see how it goes. And if it doesn't displease me, it can stay. Where's the thing I said I was going to show Camelef? We'll change the localization too, for in case the player gets it. Oh, no, that's fine. Localization is fine. Projectile assault rifle. Oh, here we go. Projectile data. This is the thing I was saying, Camelef. I haven't tried it yet, but it seems like we have the ability to just, like, change what it looks like. I think that's what you were asking, right? Like, the travel... I don't know if there's travel speed. There's travel height. So maybe we could, like, make the Panzerfaust, like, do an arc. I don't see speed yet. Hey, Egan. What are we doing? We're Modding Menace. Like, we're hardcore Modding Menace. Okay, save it like that. And then just, like, do the same for the Panzerfausts. Putting Panzerfaust in games, Egan. So for the Panzerfaust, again, we want to make it shittier. We don't edit the Panzerfaust itself, we edit the skill, because the Panzerfaust is an accessory. So, when I looked up, when I googled Panzerfaust compared to M72 lore, it was just kind of like, okay, so, you know, the lore can hit up like 300 meters, and the Panzerfaust is like stuck to 100 meters at its best version. I don't want to go that low of this thing in game, because it'd make it be useless. But I do want to, like, bring the range down quite a bit. Min-range 1, I think just let them use it at point blank. They're pirates, why wouldn't they? Go for it. You can use it at point blank. The ideal range where accuracy peaks can be like, I don't know, max is probably gonna be like 5. Oh, Blinky's DMing me 4-bore shit. That's fucking scary. That's so frightening. Let's bring the max range down from, what was it before? Luckily, POS has this awesome thing where, like, you get a side-by-side of what the vanilla value was. So we just see it's 8 there. So bringing it down to 5 was already a lot. 5 is pretty low. I might go 6. Just so that it's still useful as, like, I don't want these guys to be useless against vehicles, or the early game against Pirate Rebel would just be boring of, like, you know, if there's no other AT threats around, just, like, bully them with vehicles forever. You already can kind of do that, so I'm not too worried, but, you know, just ideally. So probably ideal range is 2, and it just gets worse from there, I think. And he says pirates would totally be trying to mortar with the Panzerfaust. Yeah, hell yeah, you're right. They would never hit, but you're right that they would try. Okay, I can also make it fire a couple if I want, but I probably won't do that. I'll probably just make 2 Panzerfausts in the accessory if I want to have more than one shot. So min-range is 1, ideal range is 2, max range is 6. We are overriding ranges here because it doesn't have anything to go off of otherwise, because it's an accessory skill. That's fine. This is where we'd make it fire more than one at a time if we wanted to, but we don't. Scatter. I can also, like, just give it a base scatter chance and just hit a different tile. That could be interesting, because they could even hit themselves that way, maybe. Which could be kind of funny. I do want it to be dog shit. This overrides accuracy is the thing. Right now, they can already miss quote marks based off their shitty accuracy. This overrides accuracy, just makes it kind of like the weapon itself is just bunk and could just, like, hit a random tile. Kind of cute for cinema, but keep in mind that the player will be able to get these too. And I don't really know, like, a good way to convey that to the player, so I think we won't do that. I think we won't do that, because there isn't, like, a tooltip that says, like, scatter, I don't think. We don't need to do it. In far-flung future, these are, like, Panzerfaust 9000s, right? No, they're just Panzerfausts. That's my thinking for these. I mean, maybe they're like Panzerfaust 101 is why they have, like, better range than Google told me about the Panzerfaust 100 from World War II. But I don't know, maybe the pirates just put, like, something in the powder. I don't know, but they're just Panzerfausts. The lore is like they're from some war no one remembers. They're just Panzerfausts. I think that's all I needed to do is just that. Oh, damage too. Hang on, where do I set the damage? Is the problem I just realized. Did I scroll past that? I hope I scrolled past it, because otherwise, I don't know how you set an accessory's damage. Camelot says Menace is only 200 years in the future. Oh, shit! That's not that far. That's just kind of like using, like, what's a weapon from 200 years ago now that everybody still knows and uses all the time? I could, Benny, but I'm not going to. This is meant to be dog shit, but welcome, Benny. They're meant to be that. Muskets? Yeah, so, I mean, everybody knows muskets. We all know about muskets. The MP5 is still around in 200 years. It isn't in the game yet, though. We need to add it. You're right. Anyway, where's damage? Okay, so this is my first problem I'm running into here, then. Today is... That'll be 1826? Damn, that is 200 years ago. That's... Huh. That feels really recent in historical times. Jesus. Okay, anyway, I'm not seeing damage, which is an issue. That is a issue for me. Where is the damage of this thing even being defined? Problem. Problem. Maybe it is defined in the accessory. I'll have to go check, because it ain't defined here. Is it defined in projectile data? No. Yeah, that could be an issue. Go check the accessory itself. Maybe it is here. No, okay. I don't know how you change that then. We'll have a quick look, but I'll just leave it for now if I can't figure it out and just tell POS like, hey, how do I do this? But otherwise... Alright, so have a look at how the disposable works then. Disposable. Disposable! Rocket flamethrower, disposable rocket launcher. Okay, look at the existing ones and see if we can glean any information here. It's possible that it's just like pulling from something else in the game that we just don't have exposed to us yet. Because that ain't telling us shit. Okay, what about grenades? Is there any accessory, now that I think of it, that I can find that lets me change this shit? Worst case, I could make it a special weapon for them, but I'd prefer not to. Like, where's... Anti-tank bundle grenade? That's the grenade itself. Let's get new UI. This is the mod kit. Where's the skill to actually throw it? Throw anti-tank grenade. Action points. I might go post in the Discord too, like, has anyone else figured this out yet? Because it's looking like no. I'm not seeing anything for how to change damage on grenades and stuff. Add skill and surface definition. Ooh, I wonder what that does. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go right in their Discord real quick, hang on. Modding hell. Has anyone figured out how to change the stats on accessory-based attack skills, like throwing frag grenade, firing disposable launcher, etc. in the mod kit? Usually damage seems to be set by the weapon template itself in the kit, so I'm trying to adjust accessory-based attacks with their damage and edit, but can't find out how. I imagine it's just something that, like, maybe just is an oversight currently be done right now. Continuing the run started a new one, just kind of modding the day travel, so don't know actually. Alright. I don't see anything else, do I? No, there's like these skill templates. But unless it's a weapon template, I'm not seeing anything else. No, so it limits us a little bit for right now. But that's fine. The thing can just have worse range, and like that's the main thing about it for now. That's alright. I think its stats aren't that good compared to an RPG anyway. And again, worst case, if I'm really upset about it, I can just give them a special weapon. That is the Panzerfaust, but I don't want to do that yet. I wonder... I wonder... Hang on. Never mind. Okay. So I'm going to move on from that for now, because I don't want to get stuck on one thing all day. So that's fine. I will just go and test that this works then. At least like the part I have done. Which should be that the Panzerfaust now has less range. Should we give them 2 or just 1? I think just 1 is fine. This is meant to be an easy early game enemy. It's not meant to be kill you too much. It's meant to be a, like, an early game threat for the first few operations, like first operation, really. But it's not meant to be the big bad scary. I'm trying not to make everything too masochistic. So I think one Panzerfaust shot is enough to scare, to frighten. It doesn't even really need to like do anything. I think it's mainly just here to like, to be a reason you don't just drive your bog Toyota straight at bandit rabble. It's a reason to respect them, that they could, unlikely that they will, but they could hurt your vehicle. So let's just make sure that it's not bugging and it's actually working right. Do we know if enemies track ammo like
Nox
players?
Our
They
eyes
consume
see
it, I believe.
everything.
If that's what you're asking. Let's put the medium walker then again. We still see them, should have all the shit, that's good. Also give us, well hang on, just first of all, let them go for a second. Bonk bonk. They're gonna shoot all the fucking Sith again.
Let's
as you
get them
do.
some help.
The chain gun ringleader gonna fucking, or chain gun saboteur team gonna kill the Civs. But just make sure nothing crashes. Well, he says, in theory you could have a mission where everyone doesn't have to out of ammo and can't attack you anymore. I think so. They're doing a regular RPG. That's the Panzerfaust going off again. It's... all seems to be working. Cool. I'm happy with that. I guess they're done then. Huh. I've been doing so much testing the last couple of days, I'm actually kind of surprised that that is quick and easy to do, really. Tom says, I love shooting civilians, I love looting, I love destroying civilian architecture. You're a great pirate, Tom. So that's good, that's done. Maybe bugs, but that's like done enough. What next, Beagle? Let's look at my... well, not you, but I'm going to look at my sheet and see what other starter units I wanted to make. Because I didn't want to just make Rabble, I wanted to make a whole suite of starter units that are like new early game pirates. So, what I've... Rosalind says, I hope there's some way I can eventually implement misfires taking damage when you jam. I think so, because that's also what I want. I also want to do like I want to do a pirate grenadier, which is probably one of the units I'll make now. I want to make a pirate grenadier unit that has like a really shitty copy of the existing squad weapon, special weapon grenade launcher, the little blooper. I want to give them like an old rusty M79 or something, or it's like a potato spud cannon, and they use it, but there's like a chance that it just fucking kills them. There's a chance that they fire at, it's like a 1 in 6 Russian roulette, that it just kills one of the pirate, one of the elements in that squad. And then give them like 5 guys so that they can run like through a few bodies before being useless. But just let them like fire that thing constantly. Really inaccurately, just like scattering shit all around you, probably more than they actually hit you with it. But just going off, and again, being that like indirect fire threat, that changes how we play. There are already mods for this game? Yes! Thanks to Poss's amazing mod kit, we are making our own. Oh, I just got a ping there too. It's in the attack event handler for the skill granted by the accessory. How to edit that as issue 100% solo. Right, okay, just time me back. Yeah, so it's a future thing. Okay, so yeah, we won't be touching that today. Should we split the kitchen soon? I'd like to do it tomorrow, but it depends how quickly I get stuff done today. Marines to XCOM. Enemy squad members being chat. Rogue Army renamed to Exalt. Marines to XCOM. Poss did tinker with some interesting stuff in that direction. We'll see. And he says, why not give the pirates a really shitty mortar? It's not like a tube with some fancy fin grenades. It's hard to figure out. Yeah, and it's probably the first thing I thought about. And it's been my tester unit I added a lot, Benny. But in actual fact, for giving it to them, I'm not sure if I will go with that. And there's one single reason for that, is I'm kind of going with the idea that I don't want to accidentally or otherwise make all the factions too homogenous. And I think Rogue Army is going to feature mortars very heavily. And I kind of want to keep the vibe of all the factions to be distinct where I can. So I think rather than giving pirates a shitty mortar, I may still do it, but right now I think rather than giving them a shitty mortar that would make them maybe feel too much like Rogue Army, but worse, I want to give them like the crazy roulette grenade launcher instead, right? So it's similar role, honestly, just different context and stats and expectations. Camel says King Post got buffed today. Did they do another patch today? Or you mean patch 3? Yeah, I'm glad they buffed it. I needed it. The other thing we can do is I think we can add smoke secondary modes to all of the launchers. One thing I've wanted for ages is to give the, I mean, King Post smoke definitely, but also give the grenade launchers the player can get, like smoke, underbarrel smoke as well, and give the underbarrel K-Pack smoke as well and stuff like that. Molly says Pirate should be the run and gun wacky vehicles faction. Yeah, exactly. Yes, Toms, I guess it is. Donk says, you'd have the pirates spawn of tame bugs because only asshole raiders would be crazy enough to try, but the bugs have a chance to kill pirates. Yeah. And I think I'll probably balance their weapons teams. Yeah, as Astro says, pirates should never have to willingly deploy. Exactly. I want to give them more than just a chain gun for weapons. Like, I want to give them shit like the tripod AGL maybe, but like a shitty version that could jam. Or like, you know, MMGs, but like, you know, piratey versions of them stat-wise. But exactly, I want to give them Tech's unique skill on those higher tier pirate squads that'll be able to do that, and they just walk around hip firing it. And maybe like give them shitty accuracy to compensate to fact that they're not as good as Tech, like they're just spraying it. But still, you know, just where's that fucking? Hang on. I can't find it. No. I googled Russian hipfire in dual PKMs. I can't find it. Maybe I'm gaslighting myself. Soldier, tool wielding. Maybe it was. I'm thinking of the American one. Yeah, the fucking guy dual wielding. They're only saws in the end. I won't even bother showing it on screen. But basically, I was looking for like the picture of like the guy dual wielding fucking machine guns, and that's like my idea of the pirates. Basically, is they can have weapons teams, but rather than rogue army, I want them to be piratey, not like strategic and setting up so much. I want to just be running around like hipfire and all that shit. Yeah, they are panics. Yeah, check out !menmods and you'll get the link, Discord link to the server. Yeah, exactly, Rosalind. It's a good idea. Exactly, Egan. Yeah, we've got access over that now, too. Okay. So, what was I doing next? Getting carried away talking to you guys too much, not getting enough work done, because you guys are so interesting. Yeah, exactly, Astra. And we can do new trucks for them, too. Yeah. So what I was doing, I remember now, is go to my Menace, and you can see, like, all my... basically all my my plans that I wrote like in an hour for new tiers of shit. And I'm just basically pulling from this. So I've got my Pirate Rabble. I'll remake my Pirate Misfits too, because I need to remake them. So that's the next thing I'll make, is I'll remake Pirate Misfits. Because they are my new kind of like early game replacement for Outcasts that are like up little pirate sniper team. Speaking of pirate snipers. Donk says pirates have just one of these guns. What are these? The fuck is that? I mean, yeah, yeah, maybe later, yeah, maybe later too. I'm gonna start them with the pipe guns. It's kind of like a giga pipe gun, I guess, which is what they kind of start with. All right, so Misfits. So I already had Misfits in as repurposing the Outcasts. So what we're just gonna do today is we're gonna just remake them as an actual their own unit. Should I clone them from the Outcast? Where should I clone them from? Yeah, they're kind of like that recon tier. So, undeploy before I forget. Get the pirate to catapult that launches C4. Launches bugs, combined with the other radio. Pirate Outcasts. So we're gonna clone these guys. Enemy MU Pirate Misfits. And we're just gonna like copy over what I've done for Misfits. As a new unit. Into this. So just go between to kind of refresh it. Pirate Misfits. Okay, so they're going to be a very small squad. It's kind of like, again, I don't want to be just like Rogue Army. So these guys are kind of like a 2 to 3 man sniper team in most rudimentary terms, which is very similar to like how Rogue Army currently does and will continue to use snipers in the way I want to balance them. But the issue is, I'm gonna bump up these female element chances too. The issue is that, or the thing is I want to make, I'll make them still like distinct in their own way. Let's make them cheaper. I gotta make the army point cost. Before I forget, let me change the army point cost to Rabble too. I don't know if I did that. No, I did. Okay, they're 60. That's fine. Back to Misfits. Army point cost 60. Yeah, should they be even cheaper? No, I mean they're kind of the same tier of shitty. They're actually kind of scary. I've playtested against them before, and they're kind of scary actually if you just don't respect them. I basically made the pipe guns like actually hit, unlike being jokes. So they're kind of like, they're not quite Mozen man, but they're like Mozen -1 man, and it was interesting to fight against. I actually got down by them because the army list brought like 5 of them, and they all Mozened me at range when I left Pike in the open of no armor. Like, they're not that dangerous, like, as you can hear by that description, but not respecting them caused disaster, so... Okay, Pirate Outcast, so I gotta put in my new... shit. Please tell me I saved my description so I don't have to do it again. I didn't even do a good description for these guys last time, so it doesn't really matter. That would make things easier, hang on. Well, I know where I can get it from, just go to the Outcasts. This is where I currently had it. Oh, we want to change their prefabs too. We've got things to do here, hang on. Where's your description, bro? Where's your localization? There it is. Steal that, put it in my lists. Misfits of Even Outlaw Society. Is that the right way you write that? I was torn on that grammar. I wanted to be like, without being verbose, Misfits even of this fucking place. Are we doing crazy shit right now? What's going on, Sammy? Tell me about it. Tell me about the crazy shit. Squadron Tactics works so well, nobody knew this. You should video clip it. That sounds awesome. I like it. Donk says, during kitchen, you should give an option to call in a bug bomb that spawns bugs. Like Cortex command. We got 2 flights of 4 and have the running cat rotations over the air. Oh, that's awesome that that's working. That's so sick. That's so cool. I love to hear that. Alright, so Pirate Misfits. We don't change the other one. Change the description. Gonna add this to my class names. Saves me a lot of time later. Modness, hell yeah. What's up, Lodi? What's up, Lodi? How are you? Sammy says, we've shot down 5 enemy aircraft and their losses to our own, besides some deaths and bugs. Go to the ground crew. Hell yeah! Hell yeah, Sammy. Start tracking your win-loss ratio forever. Be like the F-15. Never shut up about it. Okay, so here's what we want to change. We want to change the prefabs. So he says, me and Tamara and Barley are following the round of supply trucks, and we're using provisional roads for airfields. That does sound pretty awesome, being real. That does sound really cool. Okay, we want these Saboteur prefabs. Lodi says, I'm getting my dick kicked on the streets of Cyberstan. Do you deserve it? So these prefabs, the way this works is it is what the unit will look like, what the squad's elements will look like if they're not wearing armor. And we're gonna do it this way because if I make them wear armor before, it like fucked up their animations when they were using this weird armor I gave them that was like the casual clothes. So instead, we're gonna do it this way. Where we don't make the same thing I was doing to the bandits before, the rabble, to make them look like the bandit armor, is we're gonna just make them automatically look like this, because they're plain clothes. That's cool, and then we just delete all the other ones that are like the outcast hooded robes that we don't want anymore. And then we change their gear. So I think the Red Alert 2 soundtrack is good, but I think we've gone through all of it a few times now. Where's my just overall CNC playlist? Oh, I don't have one. That's insane, Beagle. What the hell? Oh well, don't worry about it too much for now. I must have lost it. So that's good. It would be wise to just test at this point, because I think I've changed a bunch of shit without, like, testing again in a while. So let's just make sure this is working. Oh, what would be smart too is to make these guys the new ones I test in the truck. Or go to the... Where's the medium walker? Just for testing. Create new. Beagle test walker taxi. And we're just going to use this to make the debugging a little bit quicker. Walker taxi. We're going to go to modular, because that one comes up quickly in the scroll bar. Modular walker medium. We go to the player modular walker medium, and we're going to set it so it can transport a squad. And then we're going to make the squad that's... Oh, no, fuck, I said the name, you pirates! No! Here's the thing, you got to, like, change it up here. Go to the new mod I just made. Test Walker Taxi. Now we're going to set up the transport squad in this mod pack. And then we're going to start it off containing whatever squad I want to debug. It's like a workaround that's going to work, right? Where is the contained unit field? Contain any on spawn. Here we go. So we're just going to put our new testes in here, our pirate misfits. Bazinga, and that should work, we hope. Deploy that as well, so that actually you can do something. Just check that is the walker still changed here? His new what? What did I say? I didn't say anything. Okay, yeah, so this is still... I need to get rid of this. I might need to manually get rid of that with the JSONs. If it doesn't fully go away. Yeah, okay, I'll get rid of that myself. Hang on. Go to stats, go to the JSONs. Boom, and now I just refresh to make sure it's gone. Yes, okay, deploy that. And we test, and hopefully it works. And if at any point this all stops working, I freak out and scream. Because I go, I don't remember the last time this worked. Oh, our new testes in here? Yeah, I mean, you know, good for me. Caddy says, give pirate scavengers a 1% chance to have one element with bash. Well, funny you should say that, because I don't think I can guarantee, I don't think I can force which one of them looks like. Maybe I can with squad leaders. I want to make a pirate unit where I force the squad leader to look like they have breaching armor on, and then give them the Die Hard perk that takes 90% damage to the squad leader, and make basically a tier -1, like baby tier breaching commandos unit that is just one person in the breaching armor, and then like 4 rabble around them, and then give them like the disdain perk as well, so they don't care about the rabble dying, and just keep coming at you would be great, I think. Kenyatta says, is there a way to fix my problem with rescue missions where I can't rescue them? It depends what your problem specifically is. I don't know. I haven't heard of that myself, sorry. Oh, what the fuck? Yo, we got a lot of them. It's probably because I made them so cheap. Right? Or I just broke something. I think I just broke something. This is why I have to test more frequently, because now I'm not totally certain what is causing it. It might be the modular walker change, let's pray. Just gonna close that. This is why you test more often. You test every 5 minutes, Beagle, and you don't do it like this. Okay, try again. If not, then it's what I just did with Misfits. It may be because I have Misfits named twice, possibly. We're doing like a full rebalance, Jason. It's like the first day of like making new units and shit. A little blips. Yeah, it may also just be like that I made them so cheap that they're just spawning too many of them. I don't know. Before, yeah, that's less this time. That's working this time. Weird that the modular walker did that.
Continuing on foot. Keep it tight and by the books.
Okay, so yeah, we do it live. We do it a little bit live. This won't show me Misfits though. I need to go back to testing it in the truck, but this is still working at least. It doesn't test what I actually wanted to test then, so hang on. At least it's still working. What I wanted to test is that still works, I guess. So actually, turns out, undeploy this, and just do it the way I was going to do it originally before I thought I'd be smart. The lesson is, folks, never try, never be smart. We go to the Outcast of Shotguns and Light Truck, and we're just going to put them in there, like it was working just fine before, honestly. And really, I should put them into the army list as well, so we see them naturally spawn, I guess. There they are. Okay, MU Pirate Misfits go there. And then we may as well also go to the Saboteurs list, Saboteur Army list, and add them here too. So this is how the army lists work. We add MU Pirate Misfits here. We go weight 120 so that they're much more likely to be picked than everything else. We have to multi-pick 1. We save it. We confirm that the shit is still here, so it should be working, and we go try it. Oh, and I think I need to take off the armor of the Misfits too. Hang on. I forgot to take away the inventory. Take away the armor. Take away the Outcast Rags armor. They can keep the rest for now. We'll change that in a second. Deploying. Cross fingies. No more crashes, please. Triple says, with the enemy commander AI economy fixed? What do you mean? Okay, Bazingo. I just gotta wait like 5 seconds too to let something initialize before I load the save. Helps a lot. Load up. What do we got? Yeah, same number, but this time we should start seeing Pirate Misfits also here, hopefully. Yeah, there you go, Pirate Misfits. Load.
We'll make this look easy.
Check my own ones. So again, we're gonna go all the way to Shotgun Truck. Like he says, not to harsh your fun, but spending a lot of time doing a full rebalance of a game that's actively being developed and where the game balance can end will shift on a weekly basis. Can and will shift on a weekly basis, maybe a bit premature. I get you trying to increase difficulty for fun reasons, just don't lose your mind over it. Yeah, so you're... Not to harsh your vibe in return, Blinky. Don't take any of this in that way, because I appreciate your concern. But you are probably the 15th person to like say or joke something very similar to that already. And I can tell you, I'm fine. It's like the dog is not overheating in the car. The dog is happy. The window is cracked. The AC is on. The dog is very much enjoying themselves. This is what I like. I think I said it in text, but I'll say it again here in voice. Not to shit on the devs or anything. Like, there's no what I'm about to say. But I was kind of done playing the vanilla game within a few days of having the early access release build before you guys I was even allowed to stream it for you. That's not something against the devs. They're making an early access vanilla game that's fun for everyone. Me personally, I'm a bit of a freak for turn-based games and for everything that this game's like fluff is about, like the military tactics that are actually part of the gameplay. And so I was kind of done because I'd also played like 120 hours of the demo before I even got to this early access. So I was kind of already done because the vanilla just isn't hard enough for me. Well, like interesting enough. Like sometimes it'd be hard, I guess, but you know, with Rogue Army later on. But the point is, it just wasn't challenging or like thought-provoking to me anymore in like an interesting way. I was more just kind of playing after the first couple of days to be like, all right, let's get some cool shiny new toys, and that's fine. And if you haven't, you know, if you're not the kind of person who spent 100+ hours playing the demo that was only one operation for this game, you're probably not at that point either, and you don't need this. Me personally, this is what I enjoy now. I was kind of done otherwise. This is very much what I enjoy and what I need. So I'm not worried about that. But your concern is very fair too, Blinky. Just to be clear, I wasn't trying to shit on you either. I appreciate it. And it's very reasonable what you said. It's like careful not to burn out, you know, going crazy in that regard. But I think I'm good. So here's our Misfits. They're working. They're going to be little duck hunters. This guy's supposed to be so cold. I mean, they haven't got gloves, but you know, they got jackets. What are these hillbilly-looking enemies? These are my pirate misfits I just made. They're gonna be my outlaw snipers basically, and they're working, which is good. Go make sure that things are working over here. Looks like they are. We've got naturally spawned misfits there, which is what we want to be looking for here. So they're fitting into the army list just fine. Bringing the models, they're already in the game. It's, if you can see right here, it's civilians. It's civilian gear. And the fun thing is, this is then lootable armor, the way I'm going to set it up as well, so that the player can use it, which is also a good time. Yuka says, hi Beagle, I come to you with tidings of my next mission. Okay. What's up, Yuka?
Shrinking.
Scab, mentally long eyes. Yeah, Tarkov scabs, yeah.
You gonna cry about it?
I love the pirate kill lines. You gonna cry about it? I won't love it when they actually beat me. I will cry about it.
Sir?
Also, this is the way I've rebalanced all the pirate trucks already, all the light trucks to be actual technicals rather than armored killdozers. They all have, as you can see, 30 armor. Just like basically what I did the Bogs technical, I did for them now. So their transport trucks have 30 armor, but they get more health to compensate. So you don't need AT to hurt them anymore, you can just like shoot them with bullets. I've liked it so far because with the extra health especially, they still get in on assault missions and stuff, but you get to like set them on fire and do defects to them way earlier. Yeah, we kind of have that now, Blinky. It's just like a number I gotta turn up more, basically. So it's not just like Chuck and Juck here. By default, all of the pirates have only a 1 in 5 chance to have women in the squad. I'll probably buff that up. Like, it doesn't have to be XCOM 50-50 if we want to, like, say, okay, there's, like, I don't know, pirate patriarchy, I guess. Like, if we want to maintain the spirit of that in the writing, I don't know, if we do, then whatever. But we can also just set up a 50-50 and go fuck it. Like, it doesn't have to be that deep. And it is just one field we can change. We can make it all women. We can make it 100%. We can finally destroy patriarchy. All the pirates can be women if we want. And it says, I'll say from a balance perspective, it's weird that the pirate small arms are both worse and higher supply than marine equivalents. I guess to make them less appealing as early loot. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Fluff-wise, I just think of it like they're harder to maintain, so they cost more. They're more effort to deploy. My description has covered that, Egan. I'm glad you thought of that. Alright, so this is good.
Awaiting orders, Major.
This is good, and that's working. Great. So, what's next? What else do I give the Misfits? Make a faction of pirate Amazons? Hell yeah. I do have an idea for another mod after I've fucked with the basic ones of making multiple different army lists with different flavors of enemy. So you could have like pirate speed freaks, where it's like they're all Toyotas, like everyone comes in a Toyota or has a jetpack or something. Like scabs of jetpacks, not just breachers. But then maybe you'll have like, I don't know, the fucking pirate snails or the pirate hordes, and it's just like all like hordes of no armor enemies just rushing you. Or like you fight Rogue Army and like now this entire operation is going to be against Rogue Army mechanized, but then maybe next time you do a Rogue Army operation, now it's Rogue Army Airborne or Rogue Army Infantry or Rogue Army Weapons Platoon, whatever the fuck, right? I want to do something similar for players too, where you basically pick between doctrines at the start. So it's like, okay, you could start with Infantry, and now you get to start with a little bit of soft armor and some K-Packs, maybe? Or maybe you start with a T3 armor. Or you could pick SOF, and now you don't get all the conventional armor and shit, but you start with like one suppressed weapon and like, you know, motion scanners and stuff, or stuff like that. Or, you know, mechanized start, and you start with, oh god, I guess the IFV would be a bit much. But, you know, you motorized start, you start with more carriers and stuff, more weapons for vehicles and stuff, you know what I mean? I think it'd be interesting. Weapon squad start, and you start with like a whole bunch of like tripod weapons. Okay, so that's done with Misfits. What AT should they have, if any? Not everything has to have AT. The idea of these guys is to be little snipers. I do the rest of their stats, actually. Yeah, there you go, Harback, exactly. Well, we can do that also by having different army lists like that and having different reinforcement army lists. So you can be fighting Rogue Army Mech, but then they get reinforced by Rogue Army Airborne or whatever. Panda says, starting with stuff would make Operation 1 less super weird or max difficulty. Yeah, it is a bit odd. Yeah, it kind of feels weird. To start with t-shirts and carbines, I agree. I think just because the carbines aren't super fun to use, and it doesn't feel super fun to not have any armor. It's not really like Battle Brothers, where it's like, okay. Like, it is fun to get new shit, but it kind of gets old quick to start a new run with, like, nothing. I agree. Like, you can have tier 2 soft armor. You can have soft armor and, like, basic guns, like, by mission 2. So just skip one mission. Just get there. And it does make the balancing way less weird. Oh, that's fucked up, Rosalind. What was I saying about Misfits? King of distracted myself. Misfits. Oh, we should clear out Outcasts too once we're done with them. Okay, I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this because we're already balanced for the Misfits. I'm just gonna do all this first. Sounds similar to FTL's different starting ships. That's the idea, yeah. Like you said, I want a mechanized start. I want a good start where you can run Carta and Limb with 2 gunless transports, just go fuck up with infantry. Yeah, well, that is kind of the thing. Is, what do you mean fuck mobile infantry? You mean go mobile infantry? That's kind of a thing also I'm doing with my rebalancing, is I'm rebalancing the pirate truck and the MRAP to be cheaper. Well, not the MRAP cheaper, but the pirate truck to be cheaper, and for them to both be transports. So you don't have to be like, oh my god, I have to spend like 300 to bring a fucking troop carrier at the start to do mechanized warfare. But instead, it's like, you can just bring like, for 140 or 150, you can just bring like the cheap-ass Toyota truck, and you can drive a squad around in it and have some like heavy machine gun on top action. I've changed the pipe guns a bit, Caddies, yeah. Full mobile infantry, you meant, Blinky. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like costs too much to get into it early on, Blinky, because like they've balanced all of the vehicles by default to be so strong and so armored. But I think if you bring the cost down and you just make them like killable by small arms, like I have with Bog's truck, it's fine to then like have some cheaper options. Just like you can take an infantry squad in soft armor or no armor, I think you should be able to bring vehicles that are like cheaper and weaker, but still do the job of being a vehicle. Because then you get to do fun shit. I agree completely. It would be fun to figure out how to balance like an IFV start where you do get to start mechanized with like the fucking Bradley, but you know, I don't know how you'd balance that. Alright, so we're gonna fill out the Misfits stats line now and all their shit. I'll just double check, do I want to give them any other gear? Binoculars, I'm gonna give them binoculars, I think. I might give them shittier binoculars in the future, but for right now I'm just gonna give them binoculars, but I don't think I can do that yet. I don't think I can like change the stats on them.
Everything by the numbers.
Panda says the Bradley is weirdly not that much better than the Striker ammo. Yeah, I was feeling that too, because all it really is just like better armored, right? Like more survivable, which is good, but if you don't get it shot, it didn't really feel that much more interesting. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't played it since, I haven't fucked around with it since I kind of consoled it in the demo though, so I don't know. You just get more armor, the weapon options are the same. Yeah, I think maybe it needs like better weapon options. Like I think it should maybe like get medium, like the Walker. I think you should be able to LARP it. I think you should be able to like LARP it as a Bradley so that you have the autocannon and the tow. And I think if it had medium, it would be able to do that. Maybe you could have medium light so you have a coax 240 as well, I don't know. Or maybe you just leave it with one medium modular, but then you bake in the tow launcher and the coax machine gun. I don't know. Yeah, I agree it could use a bit more excitement. Why says I'd love it if it could carry 2 squads? Yeah, ironically very anti-Bradley, but yeah, like... I don't know how to do that yet, but I would love to find out how to make vehicles be able to transport more than one squad, specifically, because I want to do I've been playing around with a dropship mod as well, where I basically made the dropship a unit you could order around and fly around in and could resupply you and shit. And I would like to be able to make the dropship carry more than one squad. That would be fun. I've kind of got that cooking in the background. That's a bit more advanced for right now, but I kind of have plans for a like proper aircraft mod to bring in aircraft to this game as well, like little birds to drop ships to stuff like that. Okay, BMPT. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. That's right. So, yeah, we're just gonna give these guys, the guys and girls, binoculars. So where are they? Where did I put my misfits? Here they are. Enemy pirate misfits. While I'm at it, just put this up to 50. Fuck it. Let pirates be girls. Rutland says, I'd like a love a World War II truck with a canopy in the back that has no guns and trash armor that's dirt cheap, fast, and can carry 2 squads. Yeah, that's basically what I've got, except for the carry 2 squads part. I can only carry one of Bog's truck, but that's basically how I balance Bog's truck. And I do really like it. It's kind of transformed the game for me to have a cheap transport / fire support. It's very fun. And the game really wants you to use combined arms, so it's really sad that like its balancing with costs makes infantry spam seem better early on. Because the game really wants you to actually like have combined arms in a lot of its gameplay, in my opinion. Trigger movement step interval. What am I looking for? I'm looking for, I need to add skills, I need to add the crawl skill before I forget to my misfits. So this is another very important thing that I figured out how to do. Let's make sure that I'm doing it. This is my misfits. I gotta go down to their skills. And we gotta add crawl. So this is the thing that lets pinned player units like crawl around on their pin turn. Turns out adding this back to the AI units gets rid of the problem that I hate, where if you pin them before they've got to act on a turn, they're pinned for 2 turns, because it gives them back something to do to pass their turn with. So they don't actually crawl around a bit so far. They don't seem to have the AI for it. But if you just give them this skill on enemies, they don't get 2-turn pinned anymore, and the game's balance is kind of solved for me as well, which is great. So we're going to add that back, and we're going to add that to every new infantry unit I add, basically. I'm going to double check their gear on here, too. Oh, this is Misfits, so I was meant to do it with the Rabble, though. But anyway, that's for Misfits. Go to Rabble and do it for Rabble, because I don't think they have it yet. And they need it! Check their gear while we're here. Yeah, it's all correct. Skills, yeah, give them that crawl. That helps the balancing a lot, honestly, when you fix that. Alright, back to Misfits. Hello, Misfits. Stats. So on them I had other skills as well. I'll add that first because it's top of my list here. Why did I give them... Oh, this is for Misfits. Yeah, this is Misfits, that's right. So I gave them some shit, which I'm probably going to give them again. I gave them steady gun and solid grouping, and there's a reason for this. Don't... Oh, I gotta make the perk. Don't go crazy on me yet. Giving perks to like a baby tier enemy. But the reason I do this is because both these perks allow them to build up their aim the more they sit still with steady gun and the more they like shoot at the same target consecutively with solid grouping. And then what I do is I lower their actual base aim to compensate, to decompensate. Where is it? So it starts at 45. We're going to take it down to 40. I didn't take it down too much because I wanted them to be able to hit you eventually. What did I put it on? I think I put it on 40. I'm just checking my notes. Where did I change this? Properties Discipline 55. Did I leave it at 45? No way. I'm sure I took it down. I'm not seeing it. Properties Concealment 1. Even the armor AI. I think that's right. I'm letting them zero in on you, exactly. We'll go to 40 if they feel too accurate. We can just go from there. I think I also gave them a point of concealment. To go along with the fact that that should be in the armor they're getting that we can loot too. And just because I want them to be stealthies. Okay, so there we go. Other than that, I think I fucked with their AI to try to make them play a certain way. So what I did, I don't know if this works yet, but what I did is I went safety scale 1.5 to try and make them be less kamikaze, be more sneaky and careful. Distance scale 1.5, which I think keeps them at a further distance as well for the same purpose. Friendly fire penalty down to 0.5. I'm kind of just doing this for all of the pirates, because, like, why the fuck should pirates care if they shoot their friends? Fuck it. Again, not certain all this actually does stuff. Like, move to 0.9 to make them want to move a bit less, perhaps. Let's try 0.8. Not actually certain if any of this does things, but I've been trying it, you know? Why don't we go to, like, 0. I don't know, 0.5 might be too low. I kind of want them to just be like little Tarkov bush hiders, so 0.5 might be right. We'll see. Air roll, inflict damage 2. Suppression, don't worry about that as much. Threat from opponents. Where is that? 1.5. Just trying to make them, again, be little Tarkov scaredy rats. Rat AI. I'm trying to give them rat AI. Ignore tile effect 0. I think that does what I hope it does. I don't know. Leave that because I don't really know what that does yet. Little ratties, that's what we want. Twisted Dials hope for the best, that's right. Up here, I want to say max elements 3, because that is info you get given from Intel. Okay, so that's their stats. I also gave them athletic last time to let them, like, be a bit quicker on their feet and deploy quicker. Just because I thought it might help them get around, like, their AI, but still be ratty. I don't think I'll give them athletic this time, but if they need it, I'll give it back to them. They are meant to be a tier 1 enemy. They're not meant to be good. They're just meant to be, like, not dumb. Not as dumb. Okay, but I think we're done then. Because otherwise it was just their gear. So, yeah, now we go give them their gear, and then I think we just check them in game, and if they're good, they're good. Benny says, this mod kit is really cool, by the way. Thanks to the chatter who made it. Not a, well, technically a chatter. I guess technically POS is a chatter, but... yeah, POS is also the one behind the original start of Battle Brothers Legends, Benny. Very, very, very cool, skilled, smart, extremely awesome base person. Massive thanks to them indeed, yes. This is a ton of work for a hobby project. The mod kit? It's amazingly well done. Jevin says have a good stream. Thank you, Jevin. Yeah, it's amazingly well done. So they can keep Pirate Outcast pipe guns. Probably give them shittier versions in the future, but for now that's fine. Okay, we're gonna take away the grenades. They had grenades before, and it just made them want to run up and like grenade the player. And it was also super effective, so we don't need that on a baby unit. I don't know that I give them any AT. Like, we could leave the AT bundle grenade on them. I think it's fine that not every unit has a way to, like, fuck with heavy armor. I think if you want to bully these guys, it's their fault for getting spotted, so I'm just going to take that off. But I am going to give them the binoculars accessory, which also is going to extend their sight range and detection a bit. And the thing I like, too, about this is as long as we keep it balanced, it provides more interesting things to loot early on. Like, rather than it being like, oh, binoculars, incendiary grenades, like, I want those, but I'll never spend the money because I'm too busy buying my next suit of tier 4 armor that just showed up. now you can kind of like loot this shit and be like, oh, I got some binoculars, cool. Like we can make the chance low if it's too much, but... Mafia says, random question, how do we feel about Carter as a squad leader? I like her. I really like her. What you mean? Binoculars... We can also just make them not drop. I'm just like choosing to make them drop as loot, so I think it's interesting. Okay, there we go. So they have those. They will be able to drop the binoculars for us too, which will be fun. Otherwise, they should be good to go. So I think we test them again and see how we go. Oh, and I want them to drop their Misfit armor. Whoops. Drop the Misfit armor as well. Drop the base. So we'll take this armor that I've prepared already. And we'll let them drop that. Let me just write it down in my assets list on the side. Do my first campaign fairly slowly. Yeah, no, I like her. I think she's cool. She's great with tech because first aid and detects buff as well. Works really well. Where are those items at, baby? Any bookmarks? Here we go. So come here, add that armor to loot, and there we go. I think best to prove the toughness stat though. Oh, you've been getting no shot, I understand. Alright, let's test this. So we should now be seeing Misfits fully done up and ready to go on to the next unit I want to create, I think. Incredon says, I found Tech whelming, not over, just whelming. I really like him as buff, because I think the secret to Tech isn't in his unique perk, though it is good, and they're making it better, so you can like walk around and hip-fire miniguns, which will make him insanely cracked. But my big thing with Tech was just realizing that he starts 13 HP per squaddy. You can buff him with buff, or 14 is it per squaddy? Because you can buff him with buff to get +3 up to 17 HP per squaddy, which is crazy when the default is 10. And then he comes starting with, this is the big thing, 25% damage resistance as a squad leader for him and every squaddy, which is insane. So he just takes no damage. He's just so naturally tanky. He can be in a t-shirt and he's just so tanky compared to everyone else. You put him in real armor and the EHP, the way that obviously multiplies, the EHP just goes crazy. So I love him for that. And then you give him the PAL or whatever, with his unique perk, and then his perk is really good. He's extremely strong in my opinion. He's really good. First perk buff, I think. You get a PAL on him, and it's just kind of crazy. The fact that they're gonna buff him like for cool factor to let him do miniguns and hip fire like tripod weapons, he's gonna be busted.
With training and discipline, I am always ready to fight.
Ramit says, I saw someone on the Reddit using his perk and quick hands for 30 AP marks about deployed scout tech. Ah, that's an interesting idea. I didn't think of how that would work. That is interesting. That's smart. Okay, so just testing that our shit's still working here. Misfits, hey Starbright, thanks for the rate of 15, what's up? Incredon says, the AI never that excited to fire them in my playthroughs, so maybe that ruined it for me. There you go, yeah. They just knew not to bother. What's up, Starbright? Like he says, I somehow missed that he has 25% DR, what the fuck, that's insane. Yeah. That's the secret thing that's so good about him, really, is that he has fucking 25% DR. Just, why? Because he's buff. He's fucking swole. Okay, so hop him out. Here's our Misfits. They have the pipe gun. They don't have anything else. Cool. They've got binoculars, so you can see that their sight is really good. Yeah, it gives them +1 vision range and +1 detection. So that's something to keep in mind playing against them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, that's correct. And then we go and check that things are working up here. We see our Misfits. You can see in the bottom right that they have the equipment, pirate pipe gun, binoculars, undercover clothes as lootable things, and they have binoculars stat list listed. So there we go. We good. Half a Jaeger. Yeah, that's right. I don't want to be too redundant, like I was saying before, and just make just make Jaegers. It kind of be what we're doing, yeah. I might need to make their cover shittier too, I think. I think by default they get too much cover from these trucks. But yeah, let's see if we can get the Misfits to shoot us. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Firing a little piping guns. Okay, good. And they do start off inaccurate, but they get better. Oh, there's a stealth solution in? Nice. Oh, suppressed T2 sword, that sounds so cool. Before I forget, I do want to set the cover thing for the trucks to complete how they work. It's something I've forgotten to do. Oh, I think they might have it by default on these trucks, actually, never mind. Yeah, they probably have it by default. Okay, so that's done. Misfits are ready to go. Okay, cool. Next unit, I get to make a brand new unit now, which is exciting. Help me pick. That's cool, Shannon. Do you mean like the Marine Recon armor that you just like Super Jaeger armor, or is there like a fucking invisibility suit I haven't even heard of yet? So my choices for next pirate baby units, I want to just focus on the baby units today, I think. I want to maybe place them if I can. I want to try and make the pirate breach gang that is, like, we're just going to call these tier 0 for now, compared to tier 1 as vanilla units. They'll be like tier 0 boarding commandos, where they will be, I'm going to try to make it one breaching commando surrounded by like 4 or 5 rabble, and make them work differently so they actually like work that way. Donks has had a crazy squad of shotguns and max aggro but no armor. Maybe. So that's one choice. I've got Misfits and Rabble done, so I've got my recon option and my line option done. Pirate Breach Gang and my early elite. I can do another scout, I can do Pirate Moles. The idea there is, if you know Broken Arrow and Wargame, not every like recon unit needs to be a sniper, like how the way the Jaegers are or the Pirate Misfits are going to be. We can just have like a squad that is just a bunch of, you know, guys fucking around, guys, girls, and fucking around with like maybe a bit better sight, but they don't have the concealment or whatever. Or maybe they're just like focused on running around. Not every faction needs to have every role filled, but it's kind of the difference between like a scout squad, which is like an infantry squad but focused on recon, versus a sniper squad, which is like the Misfits we have now. I kind of with pirates, I think, because I also don't want to make them all play the same way doctrinally. We may not need to have a squad like that for pirates early on, or that may be their saboteurs actually. That's probably what we just rebalance their saboteurs. It's like that'd be like a T0 saboteur squad, I guess. But you know, rather than them having like definitive recon like that on normal missions that aren't saboteur missions, we could just do it like, you know, pirate doctrine is they just have a bunch of like shitty little pirate rabble squads on the map, and you bumble into them like tripwires, and then the pirate rabble squad in you spots you for the rest of the army. You know what I mean? K-Vox says, I lost track briefly. Why are you making so many new pirate units? Because I want to. Because I'm making a rebalance of the game. And I want tier 0 units that will then leave the vanilla pirate units as, whether we rebalance them or not, they'll be like our tier 1 for once you're a few operations in, like early mid-game to mid-game. But these are like early game enemies to make the first operation not a masochistic hellhole with how hard I'm making the game in general. He's making Menace Long War. Yeah, I'm making sectoids, as Banter says, or I'm rebalancing sectoids. If vanilla pirates are going to be like thin men and floaters, I'm making sectoids and drones right now, yeah. Paris' Beagle, Starbright tried to kill me. I think he's trying to break up with me. Oh, shit. Ehotbop says, hi, unfortunately I don't speak English, but you're modding the game. Did you make a new squad? Yeah, I'm making several new squads. Yeah, I'm basically making Menace Long War. That's right, guys, exactly. So my choices were Pirate Breach Gang, the different weapons teams as well. I've got here Pirate Pyros, so this is tier 0, like Pirate Flamers. I think instead of a flamethrower, I'll just give them incendiary grenades. Pirate Cappers would be tier 0 of the EMPs. Yeah, I need to get another playlist, Auntie. Pirate Gun Mob is like tier 0 chain gunners. And then Pirate Tossers would be a brand new unit concept of Grenadiers with grenade launchers. But again, because they're tier 0, I probably wouldn't make them have a tube. I'd probably just make them like, I don't know, I could just make them like toss the grenades with long perp. Or I could clone a shitty grenade launcher for them today. But that might be a bit much for tier 0, I think. Ehop says, this is really cool. Thanks for the reply and greetings from Russia. Greetings! But yeah, greetings. Let me check again if I do have a general CNC list. Yeah, it is amazing, Treble, but I haven't got as many songs in it, and we've listened to them all too much now. We're gonna switch to something. Just looking through my list. Back to Mouth. No, Mouth distracts me too much. It can't be Mouth. Mouth is way too distracting. I think I'll just have to make my CNC playlist again. Give me 1 sec. I really must have lost it at some point. That's funny they've been given an AoE chance, Shinan. That's crazy. Yeah, absolutely, Keymark, absolutely. I'm very pig in mud, as I keep saying the past. I looked over the Robocoast OST, but it's too much, Blinky. It's too hype. I need chill. For this. Music. Where is my CNC? Here we go. Command & Conquer Red Alert 1. It was you, Nictus? Oh my god, give it back. CNC 1 OST. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh, this is all .flac. Is that gonna work right? Does Winamp like flax? Yeah, Winamp has no problem with flax. There we go. That's CNC 1. Let me get all of them in the same list. That's fucked up, Nictus. Goddamn. Okay, we got Red Alert 1. We're gonna get that in there as well, of course. Sammy says, Beagle, I just joined the air team and this is so fucking sick with flight information and shit. That sounds awesome. Video it. Show everyone. Recruit off that. You need to recruit off this, Sammy. I am? Nice. Hell yeah. You're gonna be better at it than the rats in armor. Send you some later? Nice. Thank you, I appreciate that. Okay, we need Tiberian Sun, of course. Can't forget Tiberian Sun. It's got a great soundtrack. Oh, there's Firestorm too. Oh goodness. If you want to listen to Slave to the System, I gotta get that in there. We won't put Generals in because it's a different vibe. But we will stick Ra to it as well then. Yeah, Lone Troop is like my favorite Banzer of, I think, across many CNC songs. That one really sticks with me. Funny thing is, I'm listening to Ra 2 right now, but I couldn't tell you what folder it's in. Let me check the properties. This is pure vibes. Yeah, there's... Oh, Tiberian Sun is just a very vibesy... A very, very vibesy soundtrack. It's very unique and cool. Okay, it's in red dash or red hyphen alert. That's the problem. It's red dash alert 2 dash Yuri is why I couldn't find it. Let's whack that in. And now, funnily enough, I have to close Winamp and open it again because that's the problem. If I make a playlist on Winamp and I shut down without manually closing and reopening Winamp, it loses all my shit. Which is weird. But now it's working. Okay. So speaking of which, where is the Tib Sun one? Yeah. There we go. Yeah, bro, I listen to Yuri music. I think it's meant to be... I don't know, maybe it's only Yuri's anti. Maybe that's the problem I had. Okay. Yeah, Pilk says, that explains why on paper SMGs are better, but in practice the shotgun is better or the same. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. They do need to, like, show that better, but, you know, it's a smaller problem. Anyway, I might make the pirate tossers. I could also, like, stop my madness for today and just be happy with this. But I want replacements for the in-games at least. So if I want replacements for the existing ones, I guess I'll make the existing ones into tier 0s for a full tier 0 Operation 1 against pirates. So then I am going to change the Flamers. I'm going to make the tier 0 Pyros, Cappers, Gun Mob, and maybe Breach Gang. Okay, so let me make the ones that should be easy then. Because they're all just going to have Pirate Carbines as shitty gear. I don't think any of them get real pirate rifles. I think we keep it all the shitty carbines. I did sniff and I hadn't responded yet, but that was awesome. Thank you for saying that. That's cool. I could actually like look at the context of that and like be narcissistic later. Thank you. Very cool. I will talk to you about that later, Sniff. And if I don't, it's because I forgot and let me know in a couple of days. But yeah, I'm down to reply to you. That was a weird way to say that, but I'm definitely going to reply to you about that. Thank you for sending that. Okay, let's just do them one after the other. Let's do Pirate Gun Mob first. Nice, cool win. Okay, pyros. So we got a flamethrower team. Pirate heavy flamethrower. Are they called a flamethrower team? Yeah, pirate flamethrower team. Enter 2 templates. Okay, if I copy this, they have the right icon for now too, which is easier. So we're gonna clone pirate flamethrower team to instead be enemy.menace unleashed pirates pyros. Hello, welcome pirate pyros. This is MJBF, MJBF. What are you saluting? What's wrong? Pirate pyros. Okay, how many should there be? They're gonna be like a grenade gang, so I think 5 to 6 is fine, like rabble. They're just like a rabble variant. Let's just make like women everywhere. 90 points expensive? Yeah, make them scarier. They're gonna have scary grenades. They can be more expensive. That's cool. Woman everywhere system. Exactly. Okay, and we're gonna call them pirate pyros. A small team of fucking morons. Oh, that's how I was testing like the debugging that my shit worked yesterday, because we only just got like the like localization changes working. So that's my kind of go-to when I just want to like put in some placeholder text, is I just write shit like this. And then send it to pause and be like, look, it's working! My changes are working! Which is why I was about to do that there. A small team of fucking dumbasses, no. I'm bad at writing like interesting flavor text with people looking over my shoulder, so I won't try to do that today. I'll just be descriptive. Yeah, I agree, Goblins, I love it. Full team of a small gang of a rabble armed with incendiary grenades. And we'll change that to be cooler later. As of all new units, we must give them that crawl skill before I forget. And if you guys ever like looking at this and you're like, oh, this is a perk that'd be cool for them, we can add all the perks in the games. All the perks in the game to whatever we want here. We can give them whatever the fuck we want. Them having slightly higher discipline I think is fine. And if I wanted to start flavoring them as being like kind of fanatical to make them better at their in-game job of closing into flame grenades at you, I could give them perks like the Disdain perk, where they don't care about their squaddies dying. Do I need to change their stats otherwise, though, I think, right now? Not that I can really think of. Like, maybe just, like, lower morale. Again, we want these to be shit opponents. They're meant to be easy. So, take them down to 55 discipline. Oh, I'm glad we did the CNC playlist. Clearly they need to get the God Wills It perk. What? God Wills It perk? Where they don't take HP damage in the first shot round? Yeah, that one will be fun to give to an enemy at some point, for sure. I was gonna put that on someone, I couldn't remember who. I think on the kitchen structures, if I do it, I'll give them Divine Intervention. So lower their accuracy as well. Especially because we're giving them incendiary fucking grenades. Have you tested giving units the sidearm accessories? Not AI, so I don't know if they can use them, but that's a good idea though. That's what I was gonna give them. Thank you, that's what I was gonna give the Misfits, I was gonna give them pistol sidearms. I won't do it today, but that's on my list to give them like something for close quarters, even if it's shit. But yeah, I was gonna do that now, I remember. Max elements we set to what it is. 10-0 boofers. In the future of modding event handlers, hopefully. Okay, so they've got their shitty stats. We're gonna give them the Bandito armor. As loot again, just like the Misfits. Because they're all wearing this dog shit is the idea. It's just worse than Scav armor, which I'm gonna call slop suits. I'm doing lore, I'm doing fluff, I'm doing world building. Take away the flamer. Take away this and make it a carbine. You guys get even shittier guns than the Pirate Assault Rifle. Even worse. You get utter dog shit. Okay, then we're gonna have to clone incendiary grenades. I could also just clone them like a shittier flamethrower, I guess, but would that be better rather than cloning them incendiary grenades? I think it's easier for now to just give them the incendiaries and maybe even like flavor them to be. I can't flavor the incendiaries have worse damage right now, whereas a flamer I could. But it's fine. I don't need to do everything perfect today. We'll like make them Molotovs later and make them worse somehow. Somebody says, just got a 6 sortie. We were bingo, and an enemy was chasing us back to base, and we let him straight into our second squadron. Nice. They shut him down right as we were about to die. Nice. That sounds sick, Sammy. Hell yeah. Your bingo ammo. Oh, cool. That's rad, Sammy. Hell yeah. We could actually give them the armor, because they won't be wearing it for real. Yeah, I think I'm just cloning them the incendiaries now. Oh, changing this. That's what I wanted to change. Well, otherwise, yeah, this doesn't have to take too long. It's this is... Just do it, Beagle. Let's just clone in the incendiary grenade. Clone. Incendiary. Accessory. MU. Let's call it Molotov. That's probably what we're going to make it in the future. Save. And clone the skill as well. So active. MU. Throw Molotov. We'll do what we can of this for now. Refresh. We can change how many they get too, which will be good. Rarity. Okay, definitely bring the value down to like, again, probably a lot shittier. Make it like 10 is fine for selling it, and then that'll be fine. I'm gonna change this to active throw Molotov. I gotta update my class names. Hold up. Nice, it's already pre-filling. Save that. Title. Molotov. Cocktail. Molotov. Again, I'm gonna write better fluff later. A makeshift grenade. Works for now. Can I not change the number of uses something has? I thought I could. Oh no, that's on the skill. That's on the skill. You go to the skill, and that's number of uses. So we can set that down as well to, you know, we want it to be worse. So we can set that to like 2. Airstrike. Yeah, these songs are so good, aren't they? Immaculate vibes. 2 uses. We do want to make sure they're worse than incendiaries in some way. We can't really do that right now except for range. And the range is already low, so... I mean, we could add natural scatter to them. And we just put it in the tooltip that they kind of extra suck. That would be interesting too, because if they have a bunch of scatter... Oh god, what I could do if I could manage the damage... I could give them really high scatter, but make them fire more than one at a time to be different. But then if they manage to both roll on the player squad, it'll be bad. You said I just did the coolest shit for this mission. I implore you to take a cat pilot raffle this mission. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, it's raffle. I can't just take it. Ideal range 1, min range 0, max range 3. We could go like 3 of them. But then if you're clustered, it's bad. But it kind of should be bad. I don't know. Maybe 4 pilot rolls? Yeah, well, they're all gonna be raffled. Cool though, sounds cool, Euchre. I think no matter what, I'm gonna give them some scatter. So I have to remember how scatter works. Because there's a specific way you want to do it. I need to set to a certain type. If I go to the rocket organ, we can use that to figure out what I want to do. Launch rocket? Where is launch rocket organ? Thank you, Baffrey! Rat Monarch Ascension, 100,000. Bow down to your new Rat Monarch, everyone. Congratulations. Count Baffrey, long may you reign. Long may you reign. Good for you. No one is ever gonna depose you either. How do you fire the organ? Guys, how do you use organs? Rocket organ barrage fire. Is it this? Well, we're kind of getting there. Twin fire. Ooh, here we go. And Alisaril and Blinky both attack and dethrone you at once. Oh well. But Alisaril now redeems Rat God Ascension. Okay, it's time. It's time. It's happening. This is modded gameplay, by the way. Okay, so the rocket organ does scatter a la... Where is the scatter? It does AoE type 3, okay? That's what we're gonna write down. This is what we're gonna copy. So now we go back to our Molotovs. Camp Average says, I'm a Monarch, not a God, so I'm still good. Oh, true! They attack and dethroned Rat Gods. They didn't kill the Rat Monarch, so you're still good. But now Euchre is also a king. I don't know, so we have a God and 2 kings. That's crazy. You guys haven't rat ascended or rat killed for ages. Banzer, rat monarch assassinated. I'm specifically killing Euchre. Thanks, Banzer. Very based. Thanks, bud. So we need AoE type 3. Is just how this should work. AoE chance to hit center. Leave it on 50. I don't know how that works. Oh god, that means it's not going to be based on accuracy. That's dangerous, actually. I'm doing dangerous things here I maybe shouldn't do. Maybe just leave that as 0. That's not what we want to change. What we want to change is just the scatter part. Selectable tiles 3, scatter mode. This is what we want to change. 2, scatter. You can scatter within 1 tile. And the scatter chance will be 66. That's like basically 2 out of 3, right? Yeah, 66. But we're going to try to make it so it only hits each tile once, hopefully. But then, we're going to make this shit throw 3 of them. And we're going to see how that works. Okay, let's make sure that our new pyros have this. I don't think I forgot anything else there with the Molotovs, but I might have. Where's our gear? Okay, yep. Add Molotov here. Add it to the loot pool as well. And then again, because players can get them, we're going to want to make sure that their description kind of warns you, I think. Warns you that this could be happening. Yeah, you guys have shitty safety scale. Good, that's good. We like it. Oh, y'all doing more of it. God damn. Taking through all rat gods is down again. Okay, the gods are all dead. We're wasting points on dead gods and kings. No, it's never a waste. It's good to make sure. Molotov. Let's just put in the description. You set structures. Okay, I'm gonna copy this out so it's easier to do. Fire. Unreliable aerodynamics mean it can scatter wildly beyond the intended target tile. I'll write it better later, but we just want to make sure if I forget to change this for years, that at least if a player gets this, they understand why it's going everywhere. Okay. Let's test this. I feel like it's been a little while since we did this. Oh, we need to put the pyros in the army list and then put them in the test truck too. But then let's test this. What am I looking for? I don't know, just find it myself. Pyros. Go to the shotgun truck. My beautiful test truck. Just make sure we're containing the new pyros to test. And then we're also going to go to the Saboteur's army list. And we're going to add our new test unit. We're getting quite a few of them at this rate. Pirate Pyros, 120. Wait after multi-pick, 1. Bazinga, we should be able to try this now. Pray that our pirate pyros function. Oh, classic. Classic song. Carlos says, all this talk of dead gods and kings, and I still don't know who is Rat 31. The progenitor of all of this. Also, it's interesting that they added overheat to plasma shenan. Do they have... They don't have infinite ammo though, right? They just have overheat, but they also have limited uses, I think. If plasma got, like, infinite ammo, it'd be fucked up. It'd be too good. Okay, so we should be seeing... Okay, we got Misfits, Rabble, Pyros. Okay, cool. I think I fucked something up. I think it didn't give them Bandito armor, which I should test, to be honest. Let me just alt-tab and check. They're meant to have Bandito armor. It probably doesn't matter too much. Oh, but I need to do their... No, they have Bandito armor, but I didn't do their prefabs. Okay, I need to change their prefabs. That's what I need to do. So we probably won't bother launching. I'll just wait till we're done the prefabs. Where are your prefabs at? Okay, here they are. They're pirate unit sniper. Yeah, we need to change that. Okay. I'll just make sure that actually loads. Okay, cool.
All squads in the field.
Hang on, I need to just change this. So we're gonna replace this with the EMP guys, because EMP is the one that we want. It makes them look like Bandito armor. Add EMP, and did I make them girl bosses? Yes, I did. Okay, now try this. Now full test. You can just mod the constructs to play this game in world. Diegetic. Shan says...